Why did your son hide from the person who loved him most? Looking back, I should have seen the signs, but Vanessa was the woman I fell in love with. She was brilliant, compassionate, and had this way of making broken things whole again, which is why I trusted her completely when Marcel was diagnosed with severe dyslexia at 8. At first, I tried my best to be there for him, but after I found him searching painless ways to die on his tablet, I realized I would never understand my son. I'm this 6'8" construction foreman who made Marcel cry as a baby just by holding him, and Vanessa would laugh softly. You provide, I'll nurture, that's our deal, big guy. So when she switched to part-time nursing telling Marcel, I'll help you myself, baby, I thought we'd found our answer. She turned our apartment into this learning wonderland with timeline murals and fraction pizzas. She recorded herself reading textbooks for Marcel to play later, and Marcel went from F's to C's. Other parents begged for her secrets, and when Marcel scored his first B-, they celebrated with ice cream. As he said, you saved me, Mom, I couldn't help but think, God, I married an angel. The teacher praised Vanessa's dedication, and Marcel made friends again. But this only seemed to upset her as she mumbled about other people taking away her baby. I saw how every time Marcel would want to spend time with friends, she'd pout and guilt him into staying, saying she understood why he wouldn't want to hang out with his loser of a mom. But when I tried discussing boundaries, she would say, what, you worried I'll teach him too well? And I'd back off because I saw the results. I saw Marcel smiling, though something nagged in the back of my mind when she started showing up to observe Marcel's classes. Just checking his environment, she'd say. But Ms. Henderson called me worried, and when I brought it up, Vanessa laughed it off. You're adorable when you're serious, but I've got this handled. Then came the recording device demand, the hour-by-hour schedules, and when Marcel wanted to try basketball, Vanessa's response chilled me. Sports are for kids whose brains work right, honey. When her family came to visit us, they must have seen the same warning signs I did. Her mother and sister tried talking to her, but she'd twist their concern into attacks and ended their visit early, sending them home packing. When I found her reading Marcel's texts, supposedly checking spelling, I knew we'd crossed into something else entirely. The moment I'll never forget was when she installed cameras to monitor his studying and told Marcel, I'm the only one who truly understands your brain, while he looked at me desperately. That was the night I made my choice. I told her there would be no cameras in our home, that Marcel deserved his privacy. Afterward, I secretly enrolled Marcel back in public school, driving him there myself each morning while Vanessa thought he was studying at home. I told Marcel it was our little secret, until the day she discovered our betrayal and burst into his classroom screaming about educational malpractice. Apparently she'd installed the cameras after all and saw no one was home. She tried to drag Marcel out of the classroom, but was stopped by the teacher, demanding she leave. In a moment of desperation, she barricaded herself and Marcel in a supply closet. Security broke down the door to find her clutching Marcel, while he struggled to break free, screaming, I'm not broken, you are! That's when she slapped him, the crack echoing in that silent room as 27th graders watched their classmate's mother get handcuffed. The worst part? Afterward, both security and the teacher told me that Marcel flinched before the blow even came. They believed it wasn't the first time she had hit him. At the police station, she calmly told officers about her documented 500 hours of specialized instruction. All the while, I held Marcel as he sobbed, asking why mommy went crazy. I found her journals that night. Every word, every bathroom break, every moment cataloged, with the final entry. Marcel got an A- without my pre-review. He's been poisoned. I must save him from himself. The divorce was quick. The restraining order included his school. And now in our new state, Marcel plays basketball, gets B's with proper support, and last week said, Dad, thanks for finally seeing me as just me, not something broken, which broke me because he's right. I spent so long being scared of failing him that I let my fear nearly destroy him. Vanessa sends letters through various social media accounts with detailed lesson plans, and her latest was asking if I thought her lesson plans would work on 2 students instead of just Marcel, which made my blood run cold.